Hi everybody, welcome back to Shell Start Stitches. I hope you are all doing okay this week and have had a good weekend. It is getting on to Sunday afternoon, early evening almost already. Where does the weekend go? Right, so I do have a yarny update for you this week. Hurrah! I've managed some crochet. Purchases that have arrived and another update for you of something else that's been made. Right, so I will start with my Toft Imaginist entry. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I have already posted this one. I'm gonna, because I can't remember it off the top of my head, I'm gonna read through the wording for it that I put, but I will show you first. So not much from when I last showed you really. Obviously we've added arms now. I didn't want to go over the top with it and do too much because I was worried that I overcomplicate it too much and it might therefore not win or get placed or however. I just thought sometimes less is more. So I think I'd already showed you pretty much without the arms. So all we've done as well is we've added some cuffs, if you can see there, onto the boots and some cuffs onto the arms, and there are the hands that we have made. So yeah, so my monster is all done. It's got the flower on the top there, and you can see the eyes in there if you separate the fringe at the front. There you go. So I have decided to call this Amos the Luminous Phlox Monster, and that's phlox with PHLOX. So I've put inspiration taken from nocturnal flowers, the night phlox and the luminous moss. Growing in the dark, dank places and flowering at night with the ability to quickly shrink back into the earth and hide within the mossy shadows. So it kind of pops out and then can pop back in again, and that's the bit that you see sort of under the soil, so you have no idea there's a monster there. So that was my design and my little wording, because the luminous moss is a bit like the phosphorescent fish that you can see in like the Caribbean and things like that. I like anything in nature like that glows in the dark, because I'm a bit obsessed with glow in the dark stuff. I have been since I was a kid. And yes, I still have some glow in the dark stars on my ceiling in the bedroom. Only on my side, and it's a little patch because hubby was like, really? I was like, yeah, I like my glow in the dark stars. So yeah, that is my Imaginist entry. So I'll hold it a bit closer just so you can see. So there's some flowers on the ends of the hair strands there, which you can't quite see on Instagram, but it goes all the way around. Flowers on the vines and flowers on the feet. There you go. Done. So yeah, we found a bit of crochet to finish that last week, because I wanted to finish that because I knew I wouldn't be able to move on to the next item. I'll show you actually how much I had left of my yarn, because I've still got it here. So this is what I had left out of my stash. So we had 2 balls of sage, so I've obviously used a whole one, but that is what I had left of the teal, cream, sage and charcoal. So yeah, there we go. Not a lot of cream is needed really, because I've only done it for sort of the flowers and the feet. Yeah, so not a lot of cream used. That's what was left. So purchases that have arrived. I don't know why I've gone on a project bag. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into Etsy so I can tell you who these are from. A bit of a project bag purchase, I suppose, haul. So I ordered from, so let's do Siobhans first. I ordered from Siobhans last week, which I did tell you about. It wasn't yarn. It was one of her Harry Potter kits, which was a project bag, some stitch markers and a wrist yarn holder, if that's what it's called. So I'll show you what's arrived. So here we go. Here is the project bag here. So that is double-sided Harry Potter themed bag there. I have added this keyring. This keyring is a Primark one, and I've just added it along to the top to zip it open and close, so it's just plain inside. I'll show you. I haven't actually opened these stitch markers yet. Let me open them and we'll have a look together. So we have here I can stop it from moving around, a Slytherin little shield, a Hufflepuff shield, a Ravenclaw shield, and better be Gryffindor shield. And then we also have a Harry Potter cat here in a Harry Potter scarf with the letter here, and the glasses. So yeah, they're cute. I like those. So stitch markers, and then I probably would have gone for Gryffindor, but as I think I was saying to you last time, I was umming and ahhing about whether to buy one, just because how much would I use it and do I need it, but you know how we need these things. So I ended up going for the Ravenclaw one, so the blue. So it comes with a blue sort of webbing wrist attachment here, and it's acrylic, so it came separately, and you just put the pieces together. So you've got the acrylic handle, and there's the bottom. So I'm trying, let me see if I can take this off so I can show you the bottom separately. It is all just done on like a loop jump ring, so it can take the jump ring off with the handle, and then we just slide that piece through. There we go. That is, keep moving that around, the base of the Ravenclaw. Yeah, I really like that one. So even though I would have probably gone for Gryffindor, yeah, really like the Ravenclaw, because Siobhan only had one of each of these. So it was a case of she's been playing around and she literally only had one of each. So I quite like that. So we will put that back through. So it just has got like a little latch piece, if you can see. So it just sits flat. And then we'll put my jump ring thing back on and attach that. I've not tried one of these yarn holders, so it will be interesting for me to try. But I'll, you know me, give these yarny things a go. So you put, basically, you would take this loop off, you put your cake of yarn on and put the loop back on, and then you hold it on your wrist, and then you're stitching away and it's dangling. I suppose if you're wanting to walk around and crochet, I can't do that. I can't multitask by walking around and crocheting and counting at the same time. But there you go. So that was the Siobhan's project bag that I ended up ordering. Put that away. Don't want to lose my stitch markers. Then, don't know why I went on Etsy for some project bags. So let's do these two first. So these came from somebody I've purchased from before, and you might recognise because some of the material is the same. So it's Candy Skull Crafts. So I have got two little Notions pouches here, one in a galaxy theme, and it just has a little scissor. I don't know whether you can use that as a stitch marker or whatever, or just a nice little detail on the pouch. And I'll show you inside, fully lined in some star material there. You can see that. Yeah, all fully lined. So that is one of them, both sides. I think this side is my favourite side. And then we have this one, which to me is a bit like Harry Potter Patronus-y type characters. There we go. And I've got a project bag in this material from Candy Skull Crafts already, like a full size. So I bought the Notions one, and again, fully lined. And this is just in a, it's not going to pick it up very well, but a polka dot, very light grey polka dot colour there. So those two came from a Candy Skull Crafts. I will put the Etsy down in my comments section. Really lovely project bags, Notions bags, all sorts. So check her out. So then also, so this other one is from somebody I've not purchased from before. It's from Tea Cake Make. Is the shop. Yeah, Tea Cake Make in Bedford in England. They do all different. They do needle pouches, large bags, small bags, all sorts. But this is the, what did I purchase? A small, I think this was the small bag. Small project bag, yeah. So this is what I have. I think it's more hares than bunnies, but you know, it's bunnies. So this is the double-sided that we have here. And it's obviously got a flattened, it does have a flat base, so you can sit it up when you want to use it, when it's full. It does have a little bunny charm on the side, cute. And it's got these, what are they, like faux leather or covered leather type pulley. So it's a pulley for to put your yarn and your project bits in, etc. So yeah, it's just a small one, so probably 200 grams of yarn and whatever else, you know, scissors, etc. in there. And again, this one is fully lined as well with a little label in. So fully lined with some green polka dot. So yeah, if I push the base out there, the width wise, so sort of a bucket bag type shape. But yeah, I've been on it would appear a project bag mission this week. Not really sure why, but there you go. So those were my purchases. So I do like, because I have, you know, I sew myself. I don't get time much anymore because my sewing desk is my working from home desk. But I appreciate hand sewn items and the effort and time that go into them, and they don't charge a lot. This small project bag was £15, and then my two from Candy Skull Crafts was £8 each. So you know, by the time you've got material and you know, all your thread and zips and things, that's very reasonably priced. So I do like shopping small and independent for those sorts of things, and they don't necessarily have to be used for project bags for sort of crochet. They could be used for anything really. Yeah, so that is my purchases this week that have arrived. I don't think I've got yarny purchases coming. I'm waiting on, I have my list, let me look at my list. No, I'm waiting on a new Toft, Flora Society, but it's fruits, which they posted on their Instagram, I think this week, that in the next couple of weeks it's coming out. So we did anticipate February, so I'll have that. So I have picked my next project. I am going to start on this, which is one of my Curate crochet boxes, and this is the sock one that I've shown you before. So this is the one with the Rico sock stop, because also socks I can normally work up fairly quickly. So yeah, that comes with just to remind you, these are my Sunday slipper socks that I'm going to make, and my yarn and my sock stop. So yeah, I'm going to give that a go and start that tonight. Yeah, because then that'll be one box out of my craft room as well, because, you know, fill up the craft room. Right, the last thing I've got to show you is I've got a pinny on. I haven't addressed that I've got a pinny. A pinny, as we call them in UK. Do you call them a pinny in America and other countries? An apron. I haven't been baking. I have been burning my fingertips. I went to my stained glass course on Thursday, and I sat and cut out all my pieces, and I foiled most of them. I had one last piece to foil because I needed to cut the foil tape down because I needed to be able to see a bit more through the glass. And I decided to sit here today and have a go at soldering at home. Use my own soldering iron for the first time. I set myself out with a bit of leftover desk worktop from my husband's office, soldering iron. And yeah, my fingers are feeling a bit tender. But I have finished. Oh, it's attached. It's gone a bit rough because it was all nice and smooth, and then trying to add on the rings to hold it up. These rings were an absolute bloody nightmare, and where I've burnt most of my fingers. So it was, I'm a bit worried that that's going to fall out. It was all nice and straight on the front, but it is getting better, look. My soldering is getting slightly better. Like, this bump was not there because I've had to go back over it, and these bumps, but yeah, adding these rings was a nightmare. And so that's the back, so we don't look too closely. It's a bit rough and ready on the back. But this is my TARDIS, so if I hang it there so you can actually see through the light, there we go. We went a bit wrong with the fact that these were a bit small and trying to get all the sizing, so, you know, but it looks like a TARDIS. It spins like a TARDIS. It's just not bigger on the inside. But yeah, so I have soldered all that together today. Yeah, I need to know, like, my edges a bit better because, like, that's just folding up now. These sorts of top edges, because obviously where you're joining pieces you can get nice beading on the solder, but these top bits, I'm still obviously I'm only like week 4 in, and there's definitely improvements to be made, and I have to get probably a bit more thicker layers of the solder, but I mean, it's holding together, it's not broken. And I've attached it to a sucker just with a bit of Toft yarn, funnily enough, a bit of Toft cream. and attached it onto a sucker that way. And I hope that does not undo and fall down. But yeah, and I'm going to hang that in my window. So that is what I've spent this afternoon doing. Soldering and burning my fingers to get these little rings on. And hope that they don't fall off. I mean, it feels pretty solid. It's not wobbly. Practice will make perfect eventually. And if not, it's just a bit rough and ready because it's new. But yeah, that was my afternoon. Sorry, I'm still like nitpicking and looking at it going, oh, that's gone a bit wrong, that's gone a bit wrong. But I think I said to my teacher, I said, I'll make one now. And then I think probably when I get a bit better, I might try to make another one and look at the difference and see. Because that's what I do with my crochet. I look back and look at the difference when you see where you started versus where you are now. But I definitely think I need some sort of gloves or something. These are a bit sore. I feel like I've burnt off my fingerprints. So, you know. Right, waffling now. I am going to go and have myself a nice chill in the bath, I think, before hubby, or while hubby watches the football. I've been waiting for my soldering iron to cool down. Yeah, that's an experience. But yeah, right. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Have a good week. Happy Chinese New Year. Was it yesterday? I think it was, wasn't it, actually, rather than today? So happy Chinese New Year. And yeah, have a good week, and hopefully I will have something sock-wise to show you next week, and maybe even something else. As always, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.